random things about railfanning that keeps me up at night. So before I get into the deeper details about the things that keep me up at night about railfanning, is the substantial monsters of EMD. That's right, I'm gonna be talking about the M-2s, the Jeeps, the SD75Is and SD70Is, and last but not least, the Aces, which CEN has a very small fleet of, actually. Now, I kind of have a monstrous feeling in my head that I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of CPKC rail fans coming into my comments and waddling in, thinking that they're Johnny Depp or something, and they're gonna be reminding me about the CPKFC SD70 ACUs, which I am not, unfortunately, gonna be talking about in this video. And, oh, by the way, did I say unfortunately? I mean, of course not. I'm not gonna be talking about those damn SD70 ACUs. Like, I don't even know what the hell the horns on those things are. So yeah, I'm gonna get back on track for the fact that I have a lot of things in my head that keeps me awake at night for rail fanning. And because I'm now rail fanning the Oakville subdivision more oftenly, I'm starting to see more EMD power, such as 2090 being in the Aldershot yard. And here's the thing about 2090, it's a BNSF GP38-2H1, which has been in Stratford before. My friend Taylor with Osmonds in 2005 has been seeing that on 568 more often, before the power got swapped in Stratford again on 568. Which was stupid of CN to do, but now I'm starting to see it often in Aldershot Yard on 551. But here's the main thing I'm going to be talking about for CN's fleet of EMD locomotives. First, I'm going to be talking about their monstrous SD70 M-2s. Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing the M2s more likely on the Oakville subdivision, leading or trailing on CN trains. But because I'm at Aldershot more often, I'm planning to go to the Halton subdivision eventually. And here's the one thing about the M-2s that keep me awake about rail fanning at night, is having P5s and P3s on the locomotive. Now, I've been seeing M-2s more often, like I said before, but hearing the P5s is absolutely beautiful, but I've never really heard a P3 before on an SD70 M-2. And now I'm willing to see what locomotive addresses that have a P3 on them. Although I've heard a P3 only a few times, but now I'm starting to think again that mindset of thinking, hey, I want to hear a P3 more often now. Although I've heard several P5s and K5 LLAs on the SD70 M-2s. And then there's another thing I want to talk about, and this is SD75 or SD70i related. An RS5T or an RS3L on an SD75i or an SD70i. Now, sometimes there's also an occasional P3 or P5 on an SD75i, but here's the thing, most of them are pretty much fouled either way because SD75is and SD70is are really old locomotives from EMD. And now it's Progress Rail that's taking full control because they now own EMD. But yeah, RS3Ls, RS5Ts, P3s, and P5s on the SD70Is or SD75Is, that's one thing, but there's only a very small fleet of SD70Is. It's mostly SD75Is that now take control of CN's fleet now. SD70Is and Thundercab M-2s were the first EMD fleets to be released in the early 90s, if I'm correct about that. And now the last thing I want to talk about is the Aces that CN owns. And like I said, SD70 Aces are very small on CN. They only own 4, and those go from 8100 to 8103. These SD70 Aces that CN owns were actually ex-EMDX demonstrator units from EMD. And I've been mentioning about the 8000s a lot lately, and now I'm going to be soon talking about the new SD70 ACCs, which CN is currently now making. They're just taking their old SD70i and SD75is, taking them back to Progress Rail, refurbishing them, and making them look like SD75i still, but they have an AC traction motor, and they have that side vent just like Aces. Now, this information that I'm just spilling out of my mouth and kind of just yapping about is kind of information for newer rail fans. For the rail fans that already know and they're telling me to fuck off, then you can fuck off yourself because I don't give a shit. So yeah, I'm pretty much done yapping for now. Well, I kind of hope you enjoyed this video of me yapping about locomotives. If you kind of just liked it, then please consider to like for a free heritage unit. So I'll maybe see you guys out there again for another rail fan video that's gonna come out later in the future. future, or maybe another random plush video that I'll just kind of release here and there. So, yeah, like, subscribe, comment, share, and thanks for watching. Bye!